called me late last night, say she loved me so. Didn't matter anymore. I say she never cared and that she never will. Do it all again, I guess I'll have to wait until then. If I get drunk when I'm better on the floor now, baby, you are gonna be no more. Ain't no drinking when you know that you're my friend, and I say, I think I'll have myself a beer.
Bring that up. Okay, so Facebook is live. Hi, Facebook.
What up, Facebook? Here we go. We're going to do some shit.
We're about to get into the podcast, so give us 1 second. We'll go 3, 2, 1.
So good.
All right, what's going on?
Here he
We're
is.
fucking live. Like I said last week, before we had the technical difficulties, I always like to keep it 200 plus minus 100 plus 0 with you motherfuckers.
That's some Illuminati shit, and I really hope you knock that off. I don't feel like talking about those kind of conspiracy theories tonight.
What about, 77 plus 23 with you motherfuckers?
Dude, I went to Hamilton High School, okay? Oh, sorry about the...
We're good. We got Jason Schultz already in the house with Nicole. What's going on, guys? We just started the show, and we got 2 of the big heavy hitters and Tanya. That's 3 of the big heavy hitters of the fan base of the
Thank you for
TD1B.
being a friend.
Friend.
Fuck yeah.
Schultz, we wish you were here. I'd be drinking a beer with you right now, my friend.
Right now. Hey guys, what's up? It's 2 dudes, 1 basement. Here we are back for another weekly episodic installment of the show.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it.
Let's get it. So we just recorded our couple Tap It and Crack It segments, which we ventured out and we did another TAFs. We did Christmas Cookie Ale, Santa's Bribe. And we also did Brew Dog Punk IPA. So if you guys want to keep a lookout.
Yeah, keep a lookout. The videos
These
will
are
be
gonna
editing. They'll be posted up probably around Wednesday or so. We will air that episode right here on the Facebook, or if you want to bounce on over to if you're a part of the craft beer member page, they'll be on there. So we doubled up and did a 2-episode part this week. Usually we do 2, but we did 2 separate shows, but we did 2 of them tonight, and it was absolutely awesome, guys.
It made for a good, nice, long, fun segment. We might crack a few of these while we're going on tonight.
That IPA might be taking a back shelf because
I
all I'm
agree.
doing is
I'm
burping it now. That's all I'm doing.
I'm burping fruity haze all through my veins.
Ooh.
All right, so here
Guys,
we are, another Sunday night.
yes, another Sunday night. So much has happened during the week, guys. Keeping up with stuff, we threw out the first episode of Homeboy Basement Brew.
Homeboy, are we going to go with that?
I'm going with it. I'm going to have to change the name. I'm going to have to completely change the logo.
We got to make sure it's not copywritten. Then we have to get chains.
Yes, because that's how it's got to go. So
I'm just saying.
touch base. I did. Chris wasn't here because the prep time for this was a little rough. Going into it was I had to heat up the honey and get it melted down a little bit to be able to pour it into the thing.
Oh, dude, keep going.
Oh, melt it down, baby.
Smitty's honey. I melted.
I'm here to deliver. And
God, I'm so rigid right now.
so I had to get it together, and I filmed a little piece of it. And so we have mead brewing, and we have the cider on the side, which we have a few little experiments I want to do with it.
You know what we should call it? Soak it in cider.
Oh, well, here it is.
Get the.
Oh, yeah.
Look.
Soak it
in cider.
Well, look at it.
It
looks like a hot jar of piss.
It does.
But
let me take that for my next drug
I will
test
tell
and
you
see
this.
how they feel.
I want to tell you this right now. How about you take a swig right now?
Right now?
Right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Just a swig.
Oh, well, here we are. We did not script this.
Don't even judge it. Just take a swig.
This is our most unscripted episode ever. We might get naughty. Okay, it smells like butter and cider.
Ooh, butter and cider.
Yeah, so I didn't know I was going to be doing this.
I will take one too.
Okay.
I'm so excited that we brewed. Like it worked, and I'm just like, oh my god, I want to try it.
Okay. So here's our first homeboy brewery.
Homeboy brewery.
I hope it's not trademarked.
I know.
God,
Me too.
it'd be so cool.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and try our homebrew. This was made with the Buddy Beer system, correct?
The Mr. Beer kit.
Mr. Beer.
Well, it wasn't anything that they provided. I just used their tank. Because it comes with all the kit and stuff. I just happen to have a tank left over from the thing.
So I just want to know, because I know we started brewing it during one episode.
It went for basically 14 days.
Did you comment it?
It was not the jalapeno jar at the movie theater.
Side stories. Well, I'm going to try our cider, and then we'll play with it.
I'll play with it in cider afterwards.
Fuck. It's supposed to be blind react, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's alcohol-y.
That is prison hooch at its best. But you know what? If I were in jail, which I have been.
That is why it's going back on the shelf.
It
is buttery. Why is it buttery? That's what scares me.
is. It's buttery, man.
Oh
it's
my
like,
goodness. Okay.
It's like 2-methylphenidone. It's like fake butter. It's like diacetyl. And that's the shit that gives people butter lung from false popcorn. And yeah, okay. I mean, it's not horrible,
but
it's not delicious.
It's not delicious. So let's think of it this way.
That is more like a buttered popcorn cider.
I created the first ever movie.
Dude, you know how many fucking fat asses are going to be like, dude, I love it. Double tap my feet.
Maintain the buttered cider.
Guys, just so you know, I am also overweight, so I can say fat asses.
The good thing is you always wear hoodies that hide it, and I sit here with my spandex shirts on that still don't hide it.
Oh, if I turn to the side, I can't hide it.
But no, I think maybe letting that sit for just a little bit, and then I'll switch it over, and then I want to do what I wanted to do with it, and see where it goes. I might add a little bit of sugar to it.
It definitely needs sugar because that's all butter.
It's butter.
That tastes churned.
It does.
It doesn't taste fermented. It tastes.
Yeah, I'm supposed to let it sit for a few more days in the bottle before drinking it, and I literally just poured it last night. So, yeah.
That was cool. I mean,
yeah.
So it is what it is.
I hope we know what road we're going down in a few days when we try that. Probably.
Listen, when butter popcorn ale blows, fuck you guys that didn't donate to our GoFundMe.
Exactly, because when the butter fucking popcorn cider hits the shelves, and everyone's going, "Oh, it's so good." Fuck you.
It's gonna be me and one of our top fans, Susan, being like, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah. We got a fan base of Susan, Tanya, Schultz, Nicole, and Andy Stevens, all saying they were here before. Dedicated to the fucking Two Dudes One Basement.
But yeah, by the way, we do have that GoFundMe still.
Yeah, we're gonna keep plugging that fucker until someone donates at least a fucking $2.
If we got $2 from all 242 of our followers,
do the math.
Oh, how sweet it would be. You don't know what we could do with that.
That would be $484.
True. And that actually, in all honesty, guys, that would take us
above and beyond.
So far.
Yes, above and beyond.
Yeah, we just want to create top-notch content.
Oh yeah.
We really do want to. This ain't just about us having midlife crises, and I mean, it partially is.
This is a midlife crisis type of podcast.
I think that could be another side hustle.
That is definitely the Midlife Crisis podcast.
I mean, we could talk about depression. We could talk about irregular shits. We could talk about
I pee too much.
how when you go to pee, it spurts, then stops, and then goes again. And then they tell you you have an enlarged prostate. And you're like, what's that mean? They're like, nothing, you're fine.
Nothing, you're fine.
And they stick 2 fingers up your butthole, and you kind of like it. And then
They used to.
on me, it sure felt like it. Well, have you ever had a prostate exam?
I don't think that's what she called it.
Unofficial. You've been pegged.
I've been pegged. Damn you, Tanya. You lying bastard.
It's for health, Steve.
Yeah, sure it is. God damn it.
Gee.
Oh my God, dude.
So we are definitely taking right turns all night. So we really haven't talked about anything about our show tonight.
No, we haven't.
I think we're just... Should we just hit the entire show?
What we're winging, we're kind of going through, well, it's kind of something that we've always kind of talked about. I think we've kind of subliminally slipped this topic in other parts of the podcast.
Ooh, yeah.
If you know what I mean. We were talking about product placementing.
Product placement and subliminal messages.
Yes, and I feel like we've hit that part. Is that middle fingers? I can't
tell
It's
you.
money bags. It's money bags, apparently. So,
I wonder if they're meant for like tea bags. What
I don't
did she
know. Well,
stick in your butt?
unless she's really thinking that her pegging me, starting an OnlyFans, is going to really do things, then, I mean, I'm just saying.
When I look at some of the yields that people make on OnlyFans,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just what if?
Well, you know what? Okay, so before we get... Let me tell you this weird... So, we are known to have hustler stores here in Ohio. There's one up off of 63, and then there's one up off... There's like 2 of them in Cincinnati, like downtown. So we went... you liked it. No, I did not like it. I loved it. No.
I can't tell you if I loved it or hated it, but it made me come.
But Tanya will know what I'm talking about. So we ended up at Hustler one night, and we were doing the browsing.
Yeah.
And there was a couple in there, which I don't know their names or anything, so it wasn't like I was associated with them at all. And they have this thing now where you're like around this big table, and they just pretty much have like all the dildos and everything kind of like...
On the rubber fist.
Yeah, like all spread out on the table so
Yeah.
that you can turn them on and... and that's where I found out they have like an automatic masturbator so that it's like hands-free. And I thought that was like the greatest thing ever because like now I could be editing 2 Dudes, 1 Basement videos and this thing's just jerking me off and no one
Son
will
of a
know.
bitch.
Right? So then I'm like, oh shit.
Is it a 6-speed with a clutch?
I don't know, but it literally
I'm a
looks...
clutch kind of
Yeah.
guy. Roll 3rd gear, fuck!
It was really weird looking, but it was one of... I'm pretty sure at this point in time and a few years later, science has probably caught up to the game.
Fleshlights, bro.
Yeah, and this thing...
I've seriously been thinking about investing in a fleshlight.
Hey, I had a buddy that ordered his favorite porn star, and he'd always tell me, he's like, well, I gotta go date. I can't remember her name. And it took me forever to realize what he was talking about. And then one time I actually had to like, who's this chick? And then he told me, and I'm like, that's pretty... Okay, dude. Like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, I really didn't need to know that you're going to go and fuck your fleshlight every night we leave work.
I'm sorry, but you're a genius.
Yeah. But, no, it was an oddball conversation between a couple.
Yeah.
And, usually when you're in there, everyone's pretty privately no one judges anyone while they're in there.
Right.
It is what it is.
You let your freak...
Yeah, you do. You let your... Yeah. And the conversation between the both... Hold on. Oh, God.
COVID.
Kobe. Oh, sorry.
Kobayashi.
They were talking, and they're over on the wall, and we're kind of on the edge of the table, and we're staring. And the man was actually judging sizes of dildos he wanted to buy because his wife was going to peg him.
Okay.
And I've never met any dude that actually technically likes being pegged, unless it's some shit you keep behind closed doors.
Yeah,
You know, it is what it. I mean, that is what it is. I don't judge. Everyone's got their preference of things.
True.
But as we're sitting there and I'm looking at Tanya and I'm going, "Get a load of this fucking guy. He doesn't want the little one. He wants that big fucker on the wall." And yeah, and then they were talking about pegging each other. Well, she was talking about pegging him, and he was getting to pick out his dildo that was going to be rammed up his ass.
Man, see, the thing about me is I like control. I'm good with my couple fingers. Okay? Sometimes your butthole gets a little dirty. You need to go up in there and make sure you're good.
Oh, okay.
You know? The thought of somebody jackhammering me like an old piece of fucking rebar. Not interested.
I think
Not interested.
what if that's like where, like, and the thing is I seriously think that more women have this fantasy than they want to admit.
This is true.
I don't think there's any dude that really, unless it's something that he is super like mindset thought of fuck it, yeah, you're jackhammering the fuck out of me.
Albert Fish.
Albert fishing. But like it's not something where I'm thinking of like I'm just sitting around, I'm like, tonight's the night.
What's up, Dexter?
Yeah, like
Tonight's the night.
yeah, tonight. Oh,
And it's gonna happen again.
Side note: I know you're a huge Dexter fan,
Fuck
and I
yeah.
did not know. I didn't know if you knew, but there is a comic book series out of Dexter.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I didn't
There's
know you
also a graphic novel series,
They did
which I need to read.
They did a whole 5 comic book part of Dexter Down Under.
Oh, okay.
So I guess it's him in Australia doing his thing.
Hey, mate.
So
Had another shit
I didn't know
on
if
the
that'd be
body.
something you'd be interested in.
Hey, don't slit my throat.
But anyway, yeah, I don't see myself anytime in my life really thinking to myself, tonight's the night.
See, I've
'Cause I'm in the
always
same with you. There's something about it. And I don't know if that's just the man in me or what. And
we're always looking for the supreme way to come.
Yeah. I get it.
I'm sorry.
No. I totally get it.
Male, female, who isn't?
Yeah. I mean, the female wants that ultimate orgasm and the male wants that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the way God built us is he put that fucking extreme button right in our asshole.
So I do like to if I'm doing a little self-pleasure, a little self-exploration, I do like to get under my scrot and rub my taint real hard sometimes.
Whoa. So you're doing a lot of work.
Dude, it's a whole process.
Are you in Indian style?
It's fun. It's erotic. And I mean, sometimes I throw my legs back. And I'm a switch hitter. I'll start with one hand, finish with the other, get the gooch, hold my breath, and fucking fire.
Whoa.
Scream, aim, fire, boom.
Done.
Sometimes I pass out.
Are you like David Carradine yourself?
No autoerotic asphyxiation. Oh, grasshopper!
I'm dead.
I came, but I'm dead. I mean, if that's how you want to go out.
You know what? I don't find there
In a blaze of cum glory.
just fucking spray it everywhere, and then you die.
And you're dead.
I mean, really, what would be a better way to go?
I mean, I can think of a fucking million other, not a million, at least 7, but
I'm just saying, though, if you're like at his age at that time.
he was in the prime of his life at 67.
What? I mean, okay, you're 67 years old. If he was 67 years old, show me your O face. Oh, you've seen it plenty of times, woman. Don't sit here and act like that.
Oh, God, when I think of O-Face, I think of that fucking movie you made me watch called Skins on Netflix.
We're going back to Skins.
Oh, I cannot not think about that. You did this to me.
Oh, that movie is so horrible.
The butthole. I showed that to husband Rob, and he got so rigid over that. No, I'm just kidding. He thought it was so gross with the butthole hair. Like, you could shave that, and it wouldn't be as off-putting.
But the thing was like she didn't care to have the fucking butthole Manchu.
I,
Because there was no hair on the top. It was just perfectly Hulk Hogan-esque down the side of her fucking jaws.
yeah, brother.
I just can't believe that this chick had the audacity to fart when she blew the candles out.
Well, how else is she gonna do it? Her anus is on her face.
But what was funny was how did her butthole have lipstick on it?
You mean her mouth hole? And did you see how perfect the teeth were?
Yeah, like that made absolutely, like, I mean, you couldn't see anything that was going on up here because it was just this. But the thing was obviously something was going on there because, I mean, most buttholes are kind of closed. And then this one was like already gaped.
The thing is, anytime I think about, we're referencing a movie called Skins. It's on Netflix. It's a foreign film. It has, I mean, there's a lesson, but it's a...
What fucking lesson?
You're gonna find love. You find love where you can.
That guy his whole purpose was he only loved deformancies. Like he wasn't looking at them as people.
Steady, I know.
I mean,
I know.
There was no simple fact of that guy going, man, even though she's got an asshole for a face, she's a good person.
Here's the thing. This is the only thing, besides the visuals, is I can smell
her breath
every time I think about it. And I even looked up the woman that played Butthole Face.
Yeah.
That's not her name. I can't pronounce the name because it was a foreign film and I'm uneducated. But when I looked up the actress, she was very pretty.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
very
like that.
Pretty.
There's like that porn that came out a few years ago where that chick had a vagina for a face.
Oh, that's hot.
And that guy was face fucking her but playing with the weird nose clit at the same time. But for some reason, that was way more attractive than having a slightly discolored butthole for a mouth with a beard.
Slightly discolored, that fucker was brown.
She did not wipe properly.
Okay,
here's the thing.
Have you ever looked at your own asshole?
I've never truly went up.
Me neither.
Yeah.
You know why? And
I'm
not to offend anyone. When I thought I was like, I had a pimple on my rim, and I could feel it. And I remember like reaching back there. I was like, ow, fuck. So I went to the mirror, started to spread cheek, and I stopped. And I was like, this is fucking gay, dude. I did not want to look at my own asshole.
What do you... All I picture is Ryan Dunn standing over that mirror, jerking off to his own ass. You know what I'm talking about?
With the kazoo version of, oh, God.
Yeah, and fucking Don Vito kicks that fucking door in and knocks him out, like, while he's coming.
We're referencing a movie called Haggard that was made by the CKY crew. Truly horrible movie. But
well, it's not. It's very
to us. To us.
Yeah.
We loved that movie, and it's a cult classic for us. But the gen pop, if you will,
would not. Yeah.
When Deco's shit in the gas tank of the car.
Yeah, and you know the best thing was the sound effects of that.
I like coffee. I like fudge. I'll make some now. Or I won't budge. As he's shitting in a gas tank.
Yeah, he's shitting in Ray Yarn's gas tank.
So funny.
When he goes up to him in the disguise, and he's got the fucking beer, and he's like, I don't know if you heard the news. Here's the news to you and your crew and what you about to do.
Oh my God, this could be another. If we can ever figure it out.
About the new Nokia.
This could be another watch party.
Yes.
We've got to figure out how to
I have to get whatever happened to the caption. I have to figure it out so that we can do the hypnotist video and
Now Haggard,
which I do have a copy.
That was mine?
No. That
from many moons ago.
I lost that copy between moves from house to house in between divorcing and somewhere.
Yeah.
But I got a copy strictly in case I ever saw you again
I have a copy.
to give you.
But the thing that sucks about the copy you lost, it was one of the OG copies.
Yes, and I don't know where it went. That's what's
before they got sued and had to clear out all that luscious extra menu. Like when you would hit the heartogram.
Yes.
It doesn't have that in new versions.
Oh, that sucks.
So another fun story about Husband Rob. Husband Rob has a heartogram tattoo.
Does he really?
It's his only tattoo.
It's a heartogram tattoo.
Yeah.
Exactly. If for people that don't know, what does the heartogram actually mean? Do you know?
Devil love?
I don't think that's exactly.
Love. Some of the band members of him or Bam Margera, if you ever see this, can you explain the heartogram to us?
Actually, you know what?
You gonna look it up?
I will look it up. Side note here.
Look it up. I'm gonna go pee.
Okay, I will.
And,
Give me 1 second to look up the exact meaning
Of the heartogram?
of the heartogram, and then that way they can get an idea of exactly what we're talking about. Hold on 1 second. Meaning of the.
I thought it was love metal.
Valco created the heartogram to be a sort of a yin-yang symbol, as a pentagram portion of the symbol stands for evil or darkness, while the heart portion stands for goodness and light. So there you go. It's kind of the rockers' version of the yin-yang.
So we're talking dark metal.
Yeah.
Love metal.
But him was love metal.
Yeah, him was love metal.
I liked him.
I did too.
And it really don't think, I mean, I'm glad that band put so much stock into them.
Yeah, because they made good music.
Yes, they did. They made good music. I
Made
enjoyed,
really
I
good
enjoyed
music.
having, listening to him at that time.
Yes, because we thought we were CKY. Back in the day.
I was a very,
We're talking circa 2003. Steve and I would bomb bushes on the regular.
I was more or less always thinking that I could be like Rap himself. Because I was always so fucking drunk all the time.
And rest in peace, I often thought that I was Ryan Dunn. And if you can remember correctly...
Convincing that girl that you were Ryan Dunn.
I had the beard. Yeah, it just... rest in peace, Ryan Dunn.
Yes, that was so crazy to think that he ended up dying, and it was just kind of like a shocker.
2010, I cried. I'm not gonna lie, I cried.
I was in massive shock.
Because I was getting ready to go to work. I worked second shift. The news popped up. I had an old OG smartphone in 2010. It was a BlackBerry. And I remember it popping up. And I'm looking, I'm like, it said Ryan Dunn is dead. And I'm like, no way. I felt like I lost a fucking brother.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, I think, like, okay, so there was a lot of us. Ryan was, I almost just thought it was like a version of tattoos from Blade, except for...
It meant you liked dudes.
Vampires. It meant you liked dudes. Well, Ryan Wild, apparently it's kind of got a little bit better of a meaning than that, I feel. I mean, it has the symbol of, for dark, the evil and then the love. So I think it kind of fit well with the hymn band itself, I think, kind of.
Yeah.
The way that they were. So.
And if you are a dude that likes dudes, there is nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no. You like a little dude-on-dude action? Well, enjoy your dude-on-dude action.
I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to see it, but if you enjoy it, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, when Dunn did pass away, which is so weird that we're just like, we're so right field even though we actually wanted to talk about a topic tonight.
I kind of like this. This is going back where we used to come from.
Yes, this is an old school style of the show.
This is a straight shoot from the hip show. We didn't talk about this beforehand.
No.
We didn't pre-pick a topic. We just wanted to talk.
Yeah, it was just we decided tonight that it wasn't a planned segment of some. Well, we did have something we were talking about product placement.
We've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, but I want to get back to when I remember when Dunn passed away, and I know when you say you lost a brother, it was a major part of our lives.
Yeah.
Was CKY and Viva La Bam, and then
Jackass.
you want to date it all the way back to Jackass. Those dudes were in our lives, in our face, on our TV all the time.
So I want to ask you if you remember. I don't know if it was you or our friend Brian Hammonds that had the original CKY Land Speed on VHS.
That would probably have been him.
We watched it in one of the control rooms in our broadcasting class. Immediately, the bell rings to switch classes, and all of us run outside and jump in bushes. I want to say this is 98.
And that would have probably been Brian that had that, because Brian is the mass collector of movies and stuff that's hard to find. I think probably at that time VHS or DVD.
But think about how that molded us. We're 16.
Oh yeah, well
we're seeing Land Speed for the first time.
Most of you guys, most of it was I met Brian when we were in high school, and I started wrestling with Brian November 3rd of 1999.
Ooh, specific.
Castlevania Chaos was the
Castlevania Chaos
was the first show I ever
Simon's
wrestled.
Real Quest.
Yes, I will throw down because it marked a 16-year endeavor of wrestling. I had a lot of cool stuff that went on in that time, but in that little midst of all of that, we created a thing called Oh Brother. And I don't know if you remember Oh Brother, but Oh Brother it was our own personal version of Jackass. Yep. And, we would literally watch Jackass on MTV, and then we would go out and literally
emulate.
Yes, and emulate just about as much as we could where we were allowed to get away with.
Yeah.
And the hard part was at that time, during all of that, I was working third shift, so they did a lot of their shit in the cover of night.
Yeah.
So
the cover of night. So nefarious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing was you couldn't walk down the street. I remember one of our friends throwing a huge brick inside the mailbox of not someone's mailbox, but the blue pickup box for the mail.
USPS.
Yeah, throwing that in there, knowing that it's destroying mail when it goes in. But it happened. You know what I mean? And Brian has hours of endless footage of Oh Brother.
Yeah.
And we had hats. I mean and it was one of those things where Jackass and Bam, Viva La Bam and the movies just had such an impact on what we did as kids. Kind of kids pre-20s, as you want to say.
So I did a similar thing. A good friend a mutual friend, God rest his soul now, Ryan South. He and I ventured into college together, and we went to a broadcasting college that was a crock of shit. But we somehow found ourselves as hosts of a morning variety show in northern Kentucky.
Beautiful.
We did it once, and Brian and Jesse Robertson were on the show.
Oh shit! My
so to even trail off even more.
Yes.
One of our segments was backyard wrestling, and Jesse and Brian got into it on the set. Oh my God! I forgot about this. It was so amazing. It was so amazing.
And
they got into it on set. And one of our segments was also a knockoff Jackass segment that me and Ryan created of us skateboarding into bushes, pushing a dude in a cart. And I remember this guy quit the college because we put a garbage can on him. We're in Eden Park down in Cincinnati. He's got a garbage can on. He's waddling around. This one guy, we called him, his last name was Spicer, so we always called him Spice. Spice was the wild card. He was a real fun guy.
There's always the one.
the wild card.
There's
But
always
when it
the
came
one.
to physical humor,
Yeah.
he might fuck you up a little bit. So he's got this foot. I mean, this guy's 6'6".
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's a humongous human being.
He's a big guy. Slim. He looks like a D1 basketball player. Nice and slim, but he takes his football. This guy's clambering around in this garbage can, and first he takes the ball and just throws it right where his head would be. Bam! And he's like, oh, you hear the guy crying. And so Spice runs at him full speed. And Ryan South, if you're watching us from heaven, I hope you're laughing your ass off, because you know how good this shit was. He tackles this guy. And not just your regular tackle. He formed tackles
like blow the shoes off type
He
tackle.
blows the shit out of him. At the same time, a guy's coming down a hill at Eden Park on this little sled. And as he throws the fucking garbage can off of him, this dude hits him right in the head with the sled. He quit the school the next day.
Because you guys tackled him?
Because we fucked him up, yeah.
Dear God.
You could call it bullying, but he told us to do whatever to him.
No, that wasn't bullying.
His last name was Crab.
You can't get mad.
If you tell somebody.
If you tell someone that like you're gonna do it and then you like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be mad about it. Because we were actually, there's a little part of all of this that where you want to talk about people being mad.
This has ice in it.
Does it really?
Holy sh!
Where I remember I wasn't there because I was at work, but the old brother team got together and they went to Crawford Woods.
Okay.
And Skim, which is Brian's cousin Eric,
Oh.
slapped Dennis in the face with a dead mouse. Like while they were walking in the woods, right? So this mouse hits Dennis in the mouth and it sprays dead mouse guts like all over Dennis's like mouth. So, and it reminded me so much of DiCamillo shitting and then wiping it on Doug's face because they couldn't figure out how they wanted to get him back, right? So Dennis is like, we're all gonna piss in super soakers, and I'm gonna spray him with a water gun full of like all of our piss, right? And I'm like, I don't care, dude. I'll piss in a water gun. I'm gonna fuck. But they come up with this thing where they all like to smoke a little weed or whatever.
Oh, cool.
And they all shaved their pubes that night.
I remember this
and
story
they
now.
rolled it up in a joint.
Oh, God.
Dennis hands it to Skim and tells him to light it. And because he knew that there was no weed in this joint, it was pure fucking everybody's pubic hair. And that's how he got him back. And I thought that was kind of weak sauce. I think the piss would have probably topped getting slapped in the face with a dead mouse. I'm just saying.
It's all good television to me.
Yeah. And the thing was like, nobody, it never ruined a friendship. Like, they're cousins and they still talk. Because weirdly, somehow, without me being friends with Brian and Dennis for so long, I ended up marrying their cousin without even knowing until like as we were dating that they were cousins. Like,
I didn't know they were cousins until recently.
Yeah, so I ended up marrying their cousin, which was kind of weird because then I just got to hang out with my buddies at family events.
Like,
so
fuck the awkward stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, but it like stuff like that though, like getting tackled while being in a garbage can, like I feel like that would just like for us, that was an everyday type of scenario.
It was, yeah.
To where you always had to be looking over your fucking shoulder because you didn't know what was happening.
Very true.
Behind you, in front of you, east
and
west.
Especially with us playing football. Going through high school for 3 years, covering your sack.
Yeah, because you didn't want to get helmet checked.
Jesus Christ. Even in the halls.
Yeah, people ball tag the fuck out of you.
I was a fucking champ, though. I was sneaky as shit.
I just made sure to stay. I think, you know what's funny is I think that's probably why now if someone's like, even attempts to do that, and I'm like, fucking do it. I've spent my whole life covering my dick so I don't get hit. Like, let's venture down that road. Like, I'm tired of running. Like, let's fucking do it.
Carry on, my wayward son. Oh, shit. I mean, so I'm looking at the clock over here. Should we just freestyle the rest of this one, then maybe we'll get into our topic?
Yeah, hey, I mean, we got roughly about 5 minutes left in the first segment of this,
Yeah.
and it's been, man, I feel like it's September 27th.
All over again. Here we are. We're just freestyling, coming straight off the dome.
Beer. I do not normally drink Bud Light Platinum, and I'd really like to know who brung Bud Light Platinum to the Halloween party.
I don't even like the blue bottle.
I don't. Yeah, you know what? Let's.
That's what my Bud.
You know what, Bud Light? I don't even like you in the first place. Yeah, you got me through my 20s.
Real men of genius. We'll talk about that next episode.
The real men of genius did not think this out through. Like, this was supposed to be
Mr. Blue Bottle Comer Hopper guy.
Yeah, the blue bottle fucking designer guy. You're a douchebag.
You failed
Horribly.
I can't believe they still make that shit. It's not.
And then the thing is, like, that's what I want to know. Who broke this? Like, there was so much alcohol there that night.
It was Ryan Michaels.
No, he's a Budweiser guy.
I'm just kidding.
Which I think I have.
I just wanted to say his name. What's up, Ryan Michaels?
Shout out to when we do our 80s segment. Because you're definitely coming back for another night of beer drinking.
And Throbbing Molson.
Ooh, old Throbbing. Oh, yeah. Now we're getting into some beer.
There's ice in that beer.
Oh, I don't even care.
Call it iceberg, baby.
Oh, wait, it's got the mountains on it for a reason.
Oh, we're going to get into so much of that in this next segment. When we talk about product placement, old commercials.
Yeah.
I did, just a preface, I did 2 hours of homework last night.
For no reason that we didn't think we were going to do this, but I'm glad that you did because I'm pretty sure as we talk about it, you know, I feel like I'm going to remember a lot of this.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the thing like leading into this next segment, you know, let's get into like product placement just wasn't with beer. You know, I mean, like more than thing, like we in this house still have some Where's the Beef memorabilia.
Oh God, where's the beef?
Yes, and Tanya actually, it's a fucking pot thing that you sit your pots on, and it's like a cartoon drawing of Where's the Beef lady.
She was in Throw Mama from the Train.
I don't think that was the same lady.
Oh, it was. And she was also the mom in the Goonies.
No. What we're gonna have to do?
Wait, no.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna go into this. Google who is the mom from Goonies, and I'm gonna put who is.
I'm just gonna put Where's the Beef.
What was her name? Her name was Clara Peller.
Oh, I guess it's not the same lady.
Oh no.
Well, then I'm sorry. Fuck, it seemed like she should have been.
Yeah, they you know what? Now that you look at it, they are exactly the same.
They look very similar.
But before we get into like the commercials and that, Where the Beef was actually a Wendy's commercial back in the day of that their hamburgers were bigger and juicier than everyone else's.
Oh, so juicy.
And the slogan.
Why don't you show the live people your Wendy's tattoo? Fuck yeah.
There it is, right there.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but it's a story of its own. My mother said she never wanted to be a tattoo because I have a picture of my father, and my mom said that she never wanted to be a tattoo, and I had to think of something
to commemorate.
Of my mom at the time, and my mom only worked for Wendy's for like 27, almost 30 years of her life.
God,
and I came up with this Wendy's logo, and we did a whole bunch of work on my right leg that night, and then we did the outline of that, and that was the last it ever touched. And then when my mom passed away, I actually did end up putting my mom's face on the back of my arm. So now I'm just stuck with this Wendy's tattoo on the inside of my arm.
I think you should finish it.
I've contemplated on covering it up with a million different things because I actually have the portrait.
I know, but
Well, I've always wanted to put my dad's guitar.
and
It's real emerald green
Yeah.
and stuff, and I always wanted to put that on my arm. So, but guys, we're about done with episode 1 not episode 1, but part 1 of tonight's podcast. Facebook, stick around. I know that we got like 4 of you guys in here right now. We're gonna flip over. Chris is gonna go ahead and keep you guys entertained because I have to take a Chris P break.
yeah.
Changed her mind. Well, I should have known it wouldn't be alright. But I can't live without her, so I won't even try. If I get drunk, well, I'm passed out on the floor now, baby. You won't bother me no more. If you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend and now stage. I think I'll have myself a beer.